what I don't go away from this workshop so far is with answers to the questions, or some of the questions and the challenges set out in the communication. And I wonder, on the basis of the discussion here, whether we can go further than to set out what, after all, is an agenda for discussion. Because I think that there's an opportunity, a very small opportunity, whether it has to be this afternoon to what's the message communicated to President Barroso, whether we have until November when the Cultural Council meets. But there's a crucial moment when this communication could be used in order to reorder some priorities within in the programme of the European Union. And it's not a question of member states putting in more money, but there is a possibility with the shifting of embassies within this programme. And this discussion about concentrating on Europe and Mediterranean, and everyone's saying this is just an example. Well, the communication is quite clear that the focus, I mean, it doesn't say we are only going to look at ACP countries, but the examples of the kinds of initiatives that are to be strengthened are ACP initiatives. And an example which we've discussed, I wanted to bring out here, is that there's a new program which is for audiovisual in the ACP countries, which is about 14 million euros over 3 years. And the creation of that program coincides with the closing down of Euromed Audiovisual. So where is the coherence here? And do we want to say we should be focusing on specific regions or countries and specific sectors? Because I think that's the first question. The next thing which I took from the discussion earlier on, which I thought was so practical and has implications at a national level and regional level as well as the European level, is the benefits of, for example, development agencies working with cultural agencies, or economic agencies working with cultural agencies. Judith, you said that when there was this cooperation between two directors general, that was when when it worked best. And I'm saying, is there perhaps a model there that should be proposed? Because this to me is an answer about we need more transversal contact. It's spelled out in the communication, but actually there is neither any practical proposal about how the Commission can be more joined up and how member states should be more joined up. And on the other side, that we see in these days what seems to be greater fragmentation in the Commission. For example, between cultural policy and competition policy. So the idea of encouraging projects that bring together agencies on the cultural side and, let's say, on development or the economic side seems to me a very practical recommendation. When responding to the communication, the question that is often asked from people in the UK is the focus specific enough? And do we have recommendations? Either do we think that we need greater focus in the actions, or and can we have greater focus in the actions? And then going back to the points that Judith raised yesterday, what are the criteria for deciding what the priorities are and how they're going to be met? And I think that yesterday, and it seems to be echoed today as well, that there seems to be a very clear conception of how to arrive at that priority. And that brings me to the last point, which the communication focuses on the importance of the open method of coordination. And what I have learned in this conference is that open method of coordination is unlikely to deliver or satisfy the demands and the needs that have emerged from this conference, which seem mainly to be about how to involve civil society more in the development of the policy. And open method coordination presupposes that that framework is already established, and then it is a wonderfully efficient way for member states to, without the recourse to resolutions or to recommendations to the council or whatever, to come up with good ways of implementing them. But the state we're in today, it seems to me that OMC is not going to help at all. So I just like, and this is very solipsistic, no, not solipsistic, but indisciplined. It's very indisciplined. But what has emerged in this workshop here about the discussion about value and identities is something that I will take away, and that has given me so much to think about. But whereas I came to this conference thinking that the purpose, the overall purpose of the international relations policy was to export European values to the rest of the world, I now go away with the exact opposite perception. In other words, that a successful international policy will be one that makes Europe more sensitive to values from outside of Europe. Thank you.